What's your opinion on stone sleeves, Shane?
Well, we'll kind of come back and forth on these, Josh. I'll be honest with you.
Same, man. That's why I think it's a good thing to discuss. Go on.
Yeah, because when I first got them, they were great, but and I did enjoy them, but then I just started finding, like basically the reason why I liked the stone sleeve was because it gave me consistency. I didn't feel like I had any slipping or any issues, etc. But I have yet to find a stone sleeve that can handle, a couple of months of training and then still work just the same. So my kind of where I'm at with stone sleeves is here, Josh, right? If I'm going to be doing a load of volume, or I want a client doing a load of volume, should I say, because you won't see me doing it, then the stone sleeve's great because the load on the stone isn't enough to like move or mangle the stone sleeve, and it means you can just get loads of volume in. You don't need to worry about messing up your forearms, etc. However, if I was to do a 1 rep max stone, or I was to do a competition, I wouldn't use it because it's just another variable that can potentially go wrong, and it puts the control out of your hands and into the hands of, will my stone sleeve do its job? And I think it's a risk not worth taking, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think that's a great summary, similar to me. So if you were training 3 times a week, Shane, and you were like for some mad reason you were training stones 3 times a week, what would you use them or not? Personally, I wouldn't now, but I do feel like I've built up a tolerance to it because
that would be my answer basically, Josh. Would be, for me, I ain't done stones in a while. If I jumped in 3 days a week without stone sleeves, I won't be able to do the second week. So I would slowly introduce, maybe I do 1 session, the first session without the stone sleeve, and then for the next 2 use the stone sleeve, and then the next week maybe I do the same, or maybe I try and do 2, etc. But yeah, basically I would try to get away from the stone sleeve for the majority, to be honest.
Yeah. So the good thing about stone sleeves is they can be like if you're in a phase where you're using tacky, say you're lifting a moderate stone for volume or something. Say you're doing a little training phase, Shane, and you had 5 sets of 3 at 120, 130 or something, and it's a bit too heavy to be doing tackless. You'd be wanting to do your tacky, but it's not necessarily crazy heavy for you. So you're wanting to like limit all the variables that could go wrong, kind of thing, and getting your comp set up where you might go bare arm. Then I do think they can be really valuable in terms of just having in your bag and just storing together, getting them out, putting them on, and they've got a good bit of residual tacky on. You might go straight in at the 100, 110 or whatever. You don't need to touch any tacky on your hands. You might find that you get through the whole session without adding any tacky.
Yeah, that's what they're great for, aren't they? You can just put them on and lift the stone. So yeah, they are handy. It's just like I say, when you're doing your volume work and stuff, I'd probably even let's say I was in a 120 stone, I'd probably put them on even if because even if they slip down a little bit, I don't care. What's this Brian Shaw? Even if they slip a bit on my volume work or whatever, it doesn't matter. I could just do my set. But like I say, I wouldn't want that that variable to even be a 1% chance. I'd be like, no, there's no point. Because if it happened, you'd be like, fuck's sake, if I'd have just not used my stone sleeves. And that's the worst thing you want to do in it, is come away from a comp and be that fucking guy on Instagram. Oh, I would have smashed the stones, but my stone sleeves fucking failed. And well, no, you chose to use them. It's your you fucked it. The stone sleeves didn't fuck it.
Yeah. So I've used the BTB ones. Become the Beast. They were good, really cost effective, because the first stone sleeves that I bought were off Brian Shaw, and they were at that seminar at Old MST Shade, and they were $100, and I couldn't find them anywhere else for significantly cheaper. And then BTB started making them, and I thought they were great. He had the custom fit, took your measurements, and they're brilliant. Just completely eliminate forearm discomfort if that's something that you're concerned about. Whereas as you get deep into it, then you realize that actually you may be a little bit better with, like, even so much as having that connection of feeling your skin on the stone and that proprioceptive feedback of where the stone is and stuff. It's really advantageous. But the thing is, with a lot of people, how many people do you know who've got a decent deadlift and log and they've done a bit of farmers and they haven't trained stones because they've kind of never got around to it because there's that little barrier of, well, it's uncomfortable, it's messy, like my forearms have been a bit sore, we've tried it before. So that can be a really good, it can be a good like kind of entry level thing where get some stone sleeves and get some training in. And then if you get to the, like, I suppose that if you get to the point where you're realizing that them slipping is a bit of a problem, then you're actually ahead of a lot of people who, there's still loads of people who just wait till comp day to do stones.
I think Alexa, I would still use them. Like you said, if I jumped in 3 days a week, I still use them. In fact, if I did on my first stone session, I'll still use them. I'll just kind of like, I'll use them for what I believe they're good for, which is like to get me introduced back into remove that little barrier, get me, they're good. They're good. They're just, I wouldn't really use them in a comp. But then again, you have like Novikov and people use them in shows, don't they? So it's not that you can't. It's just that, it's just one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, the common. And shout out to Chaos. Chaos have made a pair recently. I think Rhiannon thought that recognized the problem of them slipping, and then they've designed like it's kind of, I think they're like, I felt them but I haven't used them. They're like rubber coated.
Oh, that's sticky on the inside. Yeah, I actually got some of them to try, but every time I ordered them, they were too big.
Right.
I think I needed like an extra small or something for some reason.
So in theory, like they could be useful for stuff like even like say maybe doing like Husa carries and stuff, getting a bit of friction potentially.
Could be a good dumbbell pad.
Pardon?
Could be a good dumbbell pad to stop that forearm aids if you get that. You don't get that though. You got the world's most perfect position in your dumbbell. You fucking look cunt.
Yeah, but it's just like anything, Shane. Build up a tolerance to it. I used to get that kind of forearm pain that everybody gets, and now just build the tolerance. And now I actually prefer, like we just said about the stone thing on dumbbell, I actually prefer a bit of discomfort for the proprioceptive feedback. Like I feel like even if I go to elbow, like put an elbow sleeve on my forearm now, I can just feel like, well, why can't I feel it anymore? I don't know where it is, kind of thing.